New York State Association for Small City Schools. And there is a gentleman who created this association about 40 years ago. And this gentleman is truly dedicated to help supporting small city schools, of which there are 55 in the state of New York. But he's getting older, and they wanted to honor him. And so with this honor, they asked actually me, they chose me to pick a student who exemplifies the profile of a student in a small city school who has a big heart, good grades, wants to pursue a career in either education or law, and law because Mr. Biggerstadt, the gentleman who created this position, this organization, is a lawyer, and he fights for funding for the New York State small city schools. I thought about and spoke with Mr. Hudson, and I said, I have a particular student in mind because he advocates for so much for his colleagues, for his family, for his community. He gives so much of his time. And there was no one else I could think of that was more deserving of this particular award. By the way, I think he's going to be a teacher and then go into law, from what I remember. So I said I could check both boxes. And there is not a nicer, more wonderful young man than Cameron Staley. And so, Cameron, you are the recipient of the first ever Robert E. Biggerstadt Small City School District Award, presented to you, Cameron Staley, June 2024. And this is a $500 scholarship award to help with your finances. Cameron, I expect you to be an advocate when I'm long gone, all right? Okay. And now, we have presenting tonight Courtney Farrell and Jamie Alonso on highlights of our special education department. Courtney, Jamie? Okay, that's going to be a trick.
Okay, got it.
Do you want the handheld?
Hello? Okay. Good evening, everyone.
The one. As they prepare for this, I want you to know that this has also been supported by our director, Allison Hernandez.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Jamie Alonso, the Assistant Director of Special Education for Elementary.
I'm Courtney Farrell, the Assistant Director of Special Education for Secondary.
We want to thank you for this opportunity to share some of the exciting developments and future plans for the Special Education Department in the Glen Coast City School District.
It's not me, it's not, I promise. That helps. Got it. Next time, turn it on. Okay. Findlay is the proud new home of a mindfulness room. Students are free to enter and engage in a mindful moment to reduce anxiety and seek support. Students are using this time during their lunch periods, counseling sessions, or even as needed before an exam or after having a rough start to their day.
Similarly, the team at Gribben Elementary School has put a tremendous amount of effort into the Calm Cove. So the Calm Cove provides a place where all students can take a break if needed, practice coping strategies that they've learned, or just enjoy a quiet moment. Flexible seating, visual supports, staff resources are all part of the Calm Cove, and I've been told that there are plans to add a sensory wall as well in the future. It's still me. Thank you. Ms. Goldberg, our special education teacher, the 811 program at Connolly Elementary School, has been instrumental in fostering a sense of belonging and inclusivity within the school community. With this goal in mind, Inclusive Eats was born. This program exposes students to life skills-based education. Students work on interpersonal skills, problem solving, behavior management, and they get an opportunity to work with money. So here are some of our students working the Inclusive Eats cart. And with Inclusive Eats, they are selling snacks, and we have some of the visual supports here that we use with them, and handmade crafts as well.
As you saw at the first Board of Education meeting in April, the Findlay Middle School initiated the Beautiful Me program, empowering young girls, grades 6 through 8, to unify them, improve all students' self-esteem, and empower the young ladies of Findlay Middle School.
On May 13th, Ms. Farrell and I had the opportunity to meet with new teachers in the Glen Cove City School District. The focus of this new teacher academy was classroom management through a special education lens. We really focused on challenging behaviors and what they may look like in different settings throughout the district. We had wonderful conversations, teachers shared their strategies, and we all discussed possible responses to a variety of behaviors within the classroom and school, and we want to thank everyone that participated.
This year, the special education administrators put on Parent Universities. These workshops were open to all parents to foster education and support. This year's topic included the CSE process, special education programs and services, a parent's guide to enhancing study skills and identifying executive functioning, the CPSE to CSE transition, and most recently, the post-secondary transition support for students with disabilities. We look forward to housing more in the future.
So we are thrilled to unveil the future of the K-12 Special Education Department in Glen Cove. As we approach the 24-25 school year, our commitment to inclusivity remains the focal point. Our primary objective is to continue fostering the integration of our special education students with their general education peers, fostering an inclusive and collaborative environment for all. We are excited to announce that for the first time, Glen Cove School District will be offering a special education extended school year program for eligible students. We obtained approval for a full-day 811 program, which will run for 5 hours, and a 1211 half-day program, which will run for 2.5 hours daily. Both programs will run for 30 days, and the focus of the program will be to maintain skills and prevent regression. Related services such as speech, occupational therapy, and physical therapy will also be provided for those that qualify.
Findlay Middle School is excited to bring back an 811 program. This program will have a specialized curriculum embedding the life skills within the content areas of English, math, social studies, science, and reading, as well as vocational skills, where they will practice and generalize adaptive skills acquired. They will be part of the Findlay community and participate in some general education electives with support, truly providing our students the least restrictive environment. Our Glen Cove High School students have been advocating for themselves, presenting their needs at their annual IEP meetings. They present on topics including, but not limited to, things about themselves, interests and strengths, programs and goals, services, their learning style to graduate, the things that they need, and future goals. Most importantly, they report on their obstacles and how they themselves plan to overcome them. The next few slides are an example of a student this year. This was his IEP annual review presentation, and I'd like to note that this student has a significant reading disability, but you would not know that through this presentation, and is thoroughly advocating for himself. Through his advocacy, the teacher support, family, and commuter support, we are able to provide this opportunity for him. Glen Cove High School is fortunate to have a I'm sorry, I skipped one. Our special education students are also excelling in and out of the classroom. Students have achieved the honor roll, high honor roll, principals list, principals honor roll as well. We also successfully had a student named Student of the Quarter at BOCES, and I'd like to remind everyone that we are competing with students from throughout Nassau County. This year, we also had a visually impaired student run the 40, 100, and 400 meter races at the Nassau County Games for the Physically Challenged. Quite an accomplishment. And lastly, as in alignment with our least restrictive environment goals, we had a student successfully move from our 811 Life Skills program to a Regents level Concepts of Algebra class, pass, and won the Math Department Award. Glen Cove High School is fortunate to have a dedicated transition coordinator, Miss Liana Caesar-Quay. She works tirelessly to connect families and students with post-secondary goals and high school supports. As of May, over 20 of our students have connected with Access VR for ongoing support. Ms. Caesar-Quay updates an ongoing Google Classroom and keeps all students and families informed of opportunities. This year, I'm also pleased to report that a current representative from one of our agencies came and reported that Glen Cove was her favorite district on Long Island to come and visit because of the students, the families, and overall support that we have here. Our special education students are also creating stellar post-secondary plans, including attending universities and colleges, the United States Marine Corps, entering trade schools, and employment. The Special Education Department is proud of all of its accomplishments, and we look forward to sharing where our students go in the future. We'd like to take this opportunity to thank the Board of Education, Dr. Rihanna, Dr. Dauschner, Mr. DiNapoli, the families in the community, and most important, the students that we get to work with on a daily basis. Thank you.
Quite an impressive list of post-secondary outcomes. Very happy to see that. Questions from the board? Okay. Oh, Ann, I'm sorry.
Hi. Thank you very much for this presentation. I'm very proud of our students. I really am. I just have one quick question. In regards to when you're saying a full day 811 for 5 hours, what is the start time and what is the end time?
8:30 to 1:30.
Will all these children that are doing this extended school year, are they getting busing?
Yes, they are.
Okay, perfect. And, oh, I'm sorry, one more other thing.
Sure.
The 1211, you're saying 2.5 hours?
Yes.
What is the start and end time for that as well?
8:30 to 11.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, you're welcome.
Anything else?
Okay,
Thank you
much,
so very
everybody.
much, ladies. And that is the superintendent's report. But a very nice, pleasant presentation on many accounts. I want to thank Andrew DiNapoli for putting the tenure and retirement recognition together, and Alexa and all the administrators as they move through their supervision of these teachers to make the right recommendations for the children in our community. So thank you.
Thanks very much. Okay, so moving on, we have our student board member report.
Hi, everyone. First, I'd like to say congratulations to the teachers being tenured. I do believe they make great additions to the school, and also congratulations to the retirees. Thank you for everything you've done here at the school. So today is my last meeting of the year, so I want to take this time to thank the board and Dr. Iana for all the encouragement, support, and for being so welcoming to me. I also want to thank Ida Johnson for helping me throughout my time here on the board. You've been a real asset to me. So thank you, and I hope you all have a good summer.
Thanks very much, Ava. I just want to mention, I think you selected your school of choice, so can you share that with us?
Next year, I'll be attending Cornell University.
Congratulations. We're very proud of you, and I've really enjoyed watching you collect honors and awards through the week. I was at the sports ceremony last night, so
Thank you.
great work. Okay. So, let's see. Yeah, public comment. Does anybody in the audience have a question pertaining to the agenda that they would like to ask? You can come forward and sign in with Ida if you do. Okay, seeing no takers, we'll move on. So now we are up to instructional report. Dr. Doshner.
Based on the recommendation of the Superintendent of Schools, I ask the Board of Education to approve Agenda Item 7 on the instructional report, A, Committee on Special Education, and B, Committee on Preschool Special Education.
Can I get a motion? Megan and Ann, any discussion? All in favor? That's 7. Okay, moving on.
Andrew?
Business affairs.
Oh,
Are you doing business affairs?
sorry, I will do business.
Subbing?
I ask the board to approve Business Affairs 8B, numbers 1, 2, and 3.
Motion? Lynn and Megan? Discussion? All in favor? That's 7, I think. Lynn, is that, I'm sorry. Okay, 7. Okay, moving on. Oh, a donation, yeah.
Yeah, I'd like to
Go ahead.
thank Mimi Byrne, class of 1979. She donated a box of art books of various titles with some art supplies to the Glen Cove High School art program, or whomever we feel is fit for the donation. So we're allowed to share it as we see necessary. It would be for classroom and educational use and not for resale, obviously. So we thank Mimi, Ms. Berman, for the donation.
Thank you very much. Moving on to personnel, Mr. DiNapoli.
Based upon the recommendation of the Superintendent of Schools, I ask the Board of Education to approve Agenda Item 9A certified, items 1 through 7.
Can I get a motion? Leah and Maureen. Any discussion? All in favor? That is 7.
Based upon the recommendation of the Superintendent of Schools, I ask the Board of Education to approve Agenda Item 9B classified, items 1 through 6 as amended.
Motion? Angela and Ann, any discussion? All in favor? That's 7. Okay. We have no unfinished business, but we do have some new business. We have a first reading of policy 6700. Anybody from the policy committee want to talk a little bit about that?
Sure. So the updates to policy number 6700, 6700E is really just updating the language in our policies based upon the recommendations from the auditors to make sure that we are in compliance with purchasing and purchasing authority. So the updates that you see reflected in the policy tonight is really based on what the order is back in the fall. Really expect the district to adopt to make sure that we're up to date starting July 1, 2024.
Okay. Does anybody have any questions about the policy or? No? Okay. Look good to me, so I guess we'll look at it again next time. Okay, so now we are up to board comments. Does anybody have anything they want to share? Leah? Oh, Lynn?
I should preface this by saying you guys may not see me at the next board meeting because I think my son's going to kill me, okay? We have Ava going to Cornell. So we will now have, my son just graduated Cornell 2 weeks ago. So we are going to have a Glen Cove High School student graduate leaving Cornell and a Glen Cove High School student entering Cornell. And I think that's just the coolest thing in the world. Yeah.
That's very nice. Does anybody have anything else? Ann?
I just want to say that last week, I believe on the 31st, there was the 9 through 12, the awards ceremony. And I just have to say that I am very proud of each and every one of our students in this district. Very, very well deserving. Yesterday, I attended the the awards for the athletics department as well. And again, we have amazing, amazing students in this district, and I'm very proud of each and every one of them. So I want to say thank you for the invitation, and it was a pleasure being there and watching our students receive these awards.
Anybody else have anything to share? Okay. All right, then we have a last public participation.